Pair of linear equations in two variables, part 7. Let's crack a problem based on speed, distance and time. This is a very important question. So for solving this type of questions, we need to use the formula connecting speed, distance and time. You have studied in physics. The formula is time is equal to distance by speed. Or what is the formula for distance? Distance is equal to speed into time. If they are asked to find speed, we need to use the formula distance by time. According to the question, you need to apply the formula. So for this type of question, we need to take the speed of the boat as x kilometer per hour and speed of the stream as y kilometer per hour. Listen children, you can take the speed of the boat as y kilometer per hour and speed of the stream as x kilometer per hour. That is your choice. But you need to keep it in your mind that speed upstream is x minus y. Here the speed upstream, the formula is x minus y. Because I have taken the speed of the boat as x and speed of the stream as y. Always remember, speed of the boat is greater. So, speed upstream is equal to x minus y. Upstream is always connected with minus sign. Speed upstream is equal to x minus y. Don't write here as x plus y. Upstream, x minus y. Then speed downstream is equal to x plus y. Then listen to me, if I am taking speed of the boat as y kilometer per hour and speed of the stream as x kilometer per hour, what will be the change? You need to write speed upstream will be y minus x and speed downstream will be y plus x. Okay, don't make mistake. Then we can do one question. A boat covers 32 kilometer upstream and 36 kilometer downstream in 7 hours. Also, it covers 40 km upstream and 48 km downstream in 9 hours. Find the speed of the boat in still water and that of the stream. We need to find the speed of boat in still water and that of stream. Solution. Have taken the speed of the boat in still water as x km per hour and the speed of the stream be y kilometer per hour. Then what will be speed upstream? Speed upstream is equal to x minus y kilometer per hour. I told you speed of the boat is greater. I have taken it as x. So upstream x minus y. Speed downstream x plus y kilometer per hour. Then according to the question, time taken to cover 32 kilometer upstream is equal to, time is already given, it has 7 hours. So, try to use the formula for time. We have given the time. So, time taken to cover 32 kilometer upstream is equal to distance by speed. Distance is 32 and speed is x minus y. So, 32 by x minus y hours. Then time taken to cover 36 kilometer downstream is equal to 36 divided by x plus y. That is distance divided by speed. Speed downstream is x plus y hours. So what will be the total time? Total time of journey is 7 hours. In the question it is given a boat covers 32 km upstream and 36 km downstream in 7 hours. So together the boat takes 7 hours. So form the equation 32 by x minus y plus 36 by x plus y is equal to 7. Then continue with the question. Also it covers 40 km upstream and 48 km downstream. Upstream x minus y, downstream x plus y. Okay, then formulate the equation. Time taken to cover 40 km upstream is 40 divided by x minus y. Time taken to cover 48 km downstream is equal to 48 divided by x plus y. In this case, what is the total time of journey given to be 9 hours? That is 40 divided by x minus y plus 48 divided by x plus y is equal to 9. Mark it as equation number 2. Look at equation number 1 and 2. This is not of the general form ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, but we can reduce or we can change it into the general form of linear equation by putting the substitution 1 by x minus y is equal to u and 1 by x plus y is equal to v. In equation number 1 and 2, we get 32u plus 36v is equal to 7, which implies or which gives 32u plus 36v minus 7 equal to 0. And substituting in the second equation, we will get 40u plus 48v is equal to 9, which implies 40u plus 48v minus 9 equal to 0. Mark it as equation number 3 and 4. Now it is in the linear form. Now we can use any of the methods to solve u and v. You can use elimination or cross multiplication or substitution method, whichever you want. You can substitute, you can do and find the value of u and v. On solving these equations by cross multiplication method, we will get u by, v by and 1 by you need to write. You need to do it by yourself. If you have any doubt, refresh the previous lessons. You will get u by 12 or u by minus 324 plus 336. Try it by yourself and do it. We will get u by 12 is equal to v by 8 is equal to 1 by 96, which gives u is equal to 12 by 96. How we are getting 12 by 96? Equating the first and the last. U by 12 is equal to 1 by 96, which gives u is equal to 12 by 96 and v is equal to 8 by 96 by equating v by 8 and 1 by 96. Therefore, u is equal to, make it in the simplest form, you will get u is equal to 1 by 8 and v is equal to 1 by 12. But we know that we have replaced 1 by x minus y as u. So don't forget to replace it. So u is equal to 1 by 8, which gives 1 by x minus y is equal to 1 by 8. That means x minus y is equal to 8. And v is equal to 1 by 12, which gives 1 by x plus y is equal to 1 by 12. That means x plus y is equal to 12. So we have the two equations, x minus y is equal to 8 and x plus y is equal to 12. So mark it as equation number 5 and 6. You can solve these two equations by elimination method to get x and y. So solving equations 5 and 6 by elimination method, we get x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 2. Therefore, we can conclude that speed of the boat in still water is 10 km per hour and speed of the stream is equal to 2 km per hour. Next is problem based on time and work. Question number 1. 8 men and 12 boys can finish a piece of work in 10 days, while 6 men and 8 boys can finish it in 14 days. Find the time taken by one man alone and that by one boy alone to finish the work. We need to find the time taken by one man alone and time taken by one boy alone to finish the work. Solution. I have taken the time taken by one man alone to complete the work as x days and let one boy to complete the work be y days. So what will be one man's 1 day's work? 1 day's work will be 1 by x and one boy's 1 day work will be 1 by y. Total is y days, so boys' 1 day work will be 1 by y. Then if 8 men are doing 1 day's work, means 8 into 1 by x. That is 8 by x. Then 12 boys are doing 1 day's work. Then it becomes 12 into 1 by y. That becomes 12 by y. Then according to the question, 8 men and 12 boys can finish a piece of work in 10 days. So we can frame the equation like this. 8 by x plus 12 by y is equal to 1 by 10. Equation number 1. Then continue with the question. 6 men and 8 boys can finish it in 14 days. So the equation becomes 6 by x plus 8 by y equal to 1 by 40. Equation number 2. This is not in the general form. So we need to use substitution, that is equation reducible to linear form. That is, on substituting 1 by x equal to u and 1 by y is equal to v, it becomes 8u plus 12v equal to 1 by 10 and 6u plus 8v is equal to 1 by 40. Then on solving, you will get the equation as 80u plus 120v minus 1 equal to 0. That is equation number 3. 84u plus 112v minus 1 equal to 0. Equation number 3 and equation number 4. Now this is in the general form, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. It's a pair of linear equations. Then solve these equations, equation number 3 and 4 by any of the 3 methods. You can use elimination or substitution or cross multiplication method. We get u is equal to 1 by 140. That is, replace that u as 1 by x. So 1 by x equal to 1 by 140. That implies or that gives x is equal to 140. And similarly, v is equal to 1 by 280, which means 1 by y is equal to 1 by 280, which means y is equal to 280. Or we can infer from this, one man alone can finish the work in how many days? 140 days, because we got the x value as 140. And one boy alone can finish the work in 280 days, because we have taken one boy's work as y. Next, we can do a problem based on profit and loss. A man sold a chair and a table together for rupees 1,520, thereby making profit of 25% on chair and 10% on table. By selling them together for rupees 1,535, he would have made a profit of 10% on the chair and 25% on the table. Find the cost price of each. Solution. Let the cost price of one chair be x. We need to find the cost price of chair and also table. So we are taking the cost price of one chair as x and cost price of one table be rupees y. Then it is given in the question the profit on a chair is 25% and profit on table is 10%. Okay. Profit on a chair is equal to 25%. Then what will be the selling price of one chair? That means cost price plus profit. This formula I have studied in 5th standard. Selling price is equal to cost price plus profit. That means x plus 25%. That means x plus 25 by 100. On solving that one, you will get, by taking the LCM, you will get 125x by 100. Then the profit on table is given in the question, that is 10%. Then selling price of one table, similarly we can find, and we will get as 110y by 100. Then according to the question, a man sold a chair and table together for rupees how much? Rupees 1520. So how we can frame the equation? Selling price of one chair is 125x by 100 plus selling price of one table is 110 by 110y by 100 is equal to 1520. Again, profit on a chair is given as 10% and selling price of one chair will be the same way which we have done earlier, that is x plus 10%, that is cost price plus 10%. So we will get as 110x by 100 or 110 by 100x. Then profit on a table is given in the question 25%. So the selling price of one table is equal to 125 by 100 y. Then according to the question, by selling them together for rupees 1535, we would have made a profit of 10% on the chair and 25% on the table. So on framing the equation, we will get 110 by 100x plus 125 by 100y equal to 1535. Equation number 2. Then add equation number 1 and 2. We are using addition and subtraction method, or you can use the other methods also. Here we are adding 1 and 2. You will get 235 by 100 x plus 235 by 100 y is equal to 3055. Why we are using this addition and subtraction method? Because look at the coefficients. The coefficients of x and y in equation number 1 and 2 are same and are interchanged. I told you in one question, if the coefficients of x and y are interchanged or same, we need to use addition and subtraction method for solving. So here we are adding first equation number 1 and 2. We will get the equation as 235 by 100x plus 235 by 100y is equal to 3055. Then we will get x by 100 plus y by 100 is equal to 3055 divided by 235. That gives x plus y is equal to 1300. Equation number 3. Then what will be the next step? Subtracting 2 from 1. We get, on subtracting 2 from 1, we will get 235 by 100 x minus 110 by 100 into x is equal to 15x by 100 minus 15y by 100 is equal to minus 15. Dividing throughout by 15 and taking the LCM, we will get x minus y is equal to minus 100. Now adding equation number 3 and 4, we get 2x equal to, why we are adding? We are using elimination method. We have this formula, x plus y is equal to 1300 and x minus y is equal to minus 100. So adding equation number 3 and 4, we will get 2x equal to 1200, which gives x is equal to 1200 divided by 2, that is equal to 600. From 3, we get y is equal to 1300 minus x, that is 1300 minus 600 is equal to 700. So we got the answer for x and y. So cost of one chair is equal to rupees 600 and cost of one table is equal to rupees 700. Next is a problem based on fixed charge and additional charge. Question. A lending library has a fixed charge for the first 3 days. Library has fixed charge, not the point, fixed charge for first 3 days. That means you can keep a book from that library for a fixed charge for 3 days. And after 3 days, additional charge you need to pay for each day thereafter. That means on the 4th day, you need to pay additional charge. If you are keeping it for the 5th day, you need to pay additional charge. Sarita paid rupees 27 for a book kept for 7 days. That means you can keep the book for 3 days with fixed charge, and the remaining 4 days you need to pay the additional charge. Continue with the question, while Susie paid rupees 21 for the book she kept for 5 days. 5 days means, keep it in your mind, 3 days you need to pay fixed charge and the remaining 2 days you need to pay additional charge. Find the fixed charge and the charge for each extra day. Solution. Let the fixed charge be rupees A. Here I am taking the variable as A. You can take any variable. I am telling every time that you can take any variable. So I am taking here as A. You can take it as X and Y also. Here I am taking the fixed charge be rupees A. And the charge for each extra day be rupees B. You can take it as Y also. So according to the question, the first 3 days the charge is A, and for the remaining days you need to pay additional charge. The additional charge is B. Sarita is keeping the book for 7 days. So we can frame the equation, and she has paid rupees 27. So what will be the equation? A plus, for 3 days he paid A plus the remaining 4 days he need to pay an additional charge of B. So A plus 4B is equal to 27. Here I have given the hint for finding the extra days. Extra days is equal to 7 minus 3, that is equal to 4. For 4 days he need to pay additional charge. And while Susie paid rupees 21 for the book she kept for 5 days. So for 3 days you need to pay A plus, then the remaining 2 days she need to pay extra charge of B. So the equation becomes A plus 2B equal to 21. So we have the two linear equations, that is A plus 4B is equal to 27, mark it as equation number 1, and A plus 2B is equal to 21, equation number 2. So elimination method we need to use. We can eliminate A, subtracting equation 2 from equation number 1. We will get 2B is equal to 2B means 4B minus 2B. 4B minus 2B is equal to 2B. 27 minus 21, that is equal to 6. That is B is equal to 6 by 2 is equal to 3. So substituting this value of B in any of the equation or equation number 2, here have substituted in equation number 2. That is A plus 2 into 3 is equal to 21, which implies A plus 6 equal to 21, which gives A is equal to 21 minus 6 equal to 15. What we can infer from this? The fixed charge for 3 days is rupees 15 and the additional charge for each extra day is rupees 3. You can verify the answer by substituting A is equal to 15 and B is equal to 3. We find that both the equations 1 and 2 are satisfied as shown below. Just for verification, a plus 4b is equal to, just substitute the values of a and b we got as an answer, that is 15 plus 4 into 3, that is 15 plus 12 is equal to 27. Yes. Then a plus 2b is equal to 15 plus 2 into 3 is equal to 15 plus 6 equal to 21. Hence the solution is correct. Hope you all have a clear picture about this chapter. Do practice as many questions as you can from reference books. Thank you. All the best.